Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to our second matchup of the night. We just went the distance in the first postseason match of season 13, going all the way to game 5. And Ventus, the word on the street here is that this matchup might even be better than the last one we just saw.
I mean, I definitely think so. I think that both these teams are really, to me, playoff teams. I think whoever is going to go up against Phoenix is going to have a tough time still, because obviously the winner of this match plays Phoenix out of the play-in tournament. But these two teams, I think, are very close. Obviously, you have Pinnacle relying heavily on Kratozz and Spartans having the duo that was there last season with Marv and Aciduk playing against Kratozz, who was on the Spartans last season. It seems almost fitting that they kind of play each other in the play-ins.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? I mean, what a crazy storyline there, Ventus. Kratozz versus his old team here, trying to take him down. And it's definitely set to be a good one here. And as we're waiting for a couple players to join up in the lobby here, let's take a look at that play-in and playoff bracket here, Ventus, in that Titan League, where, you know, we got Pinnacle versus Spartan, that 7-8 seed, battling for a spot to take on Phoenix in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wins, obviously Phoenix is the 2 seed for a reason. They are a very strong team. But I mean, with how these teams, I mean, depending on how it goes today, obviously, you know, I might even have Phoenix on upset alert, depending if whoever comes out on top of this match shows me enough prowess and that they have a high enough ceiling. I could definitely see these teams specifically upsetting Phoenix. I think whoever is going to end up losing will take on the winner of Venganza and Inferno. I think that they're in a bit of a higher tier. I think Pinnacle and Spartans are just a bit above that Venganza and Inferno tier. So I think that whoever loses this match is probably going to end up playing me in the Grand Masters as the 1 versus the 8 seed.
Yeah, no, I mean, both these teams are very solid. And I kind of agree with your assessment that they're kind of a step up above those other teams in the play-in tournament, Venganza, Inferno. But we definitely will have to see. And, you know, there's a reason, Ventus, you know, we fight in that regular season, try to get to that 7 and 8 seed, because now, you know, winner moves on, but loser, they get another chance. This is the only spot in the entire postseason where you can lose and still have another chance. So a winner moves on to become the 7 seed. Loser will have to play again Saturday night in a winner go home match against either Venganza or Inferno, whoever wins that matchup. So definitely keeping our eyes on this one. I know both those two teams are tuned in, and I'm sure the rest of the Titan League is all tuned in on this matchup here, Ventus. And I got to ask you here, who do you got in this one? There's a lot of predictions going down. People are throwing their channel points all over the place. It's, you know, it's a little bit split right now. And the Discord, they were kind of split, but leaning towards Pinnacle. So I got to ask Ventus, you know, in your humble, honest prediction here, unbiased, you know, who do you think is going to take this matchup?
You know, it's really difficult. I think it's going to be a Game 5 either way. I could see Pinnacle winning, but my prediction is going to be with the Spartans. I think that between Marv and Aciduk, they have just such a more dynamic offense specifically. I think that we saw it a little bit when Pinnacle played Nebula towards the end of the season, that their offense was just a little bit stagnated. It seemed like anything was only through Krat basically beating out the entire team and leaving it for Cynical and Lush to follow up. Obviously, things are different this time. We have Thychad on the pitch. He wasn't there last time. And I think he adds a more dynamic approach. He's going to be much more of an enabler to allow Krat more time and space on the ball, which could be a difference maker. I just think that Spartans have a higher floor and potentially a higher ceiling. I think their ceilings are basically neck and neck. But I think that Spartans just have a little bit more of an edge for me.
Yeah, we were going to have to see here as we're just about ready to get things going here, waiting for the last player to hop in. But I agree. I think it's going to be a very close series, very exciting series. I got to give a couple quick shout-outs before we dive into this one. Big shout-out to Deddy, coming back for 3 months, and also for Dr. Shadow, gifting 5 subs. So much love to you guys, and a great start to the postseason thus far. So we are going to have to keep things rolling here. And let's get them joined on up here, Ventus, and let's get them rolling here for game number 1. We have Pinnacle taking on Spartans, a battle between the 7 and the 8th seed here, and it is certainly going to be a good one here as both teams are ready to dive in on the pitch for game number 1 on Sovereign Heights. We've got Pinnacle in the blue, and we've got Spartans in the yellow tonight. Pinnacle rocking with Kratozz, Thychad, and Cynical. And then the Spartans with Aciduk, Marv, and NK here. And Ventus, we talked a lot about this battle between Kratozz and then his former teammates Marv and Aciduk here. But I want to talk a little bit about NK and Thychad here. Those kind of third men here that really got to step up if either team's going to want to win this series.
Yeah, and I was talking with a lot of people before, just in general, about Titan League being the third men are the reason that teams are going to be able to go as far as they will. I think that based off of how NK plays and based off how Thychad plays, it's going to be the difference maker. It's going to be who can pursue their play and playoff dreams. And I think, obviously, Thychad is going to be that enabler type. We'll have to see if he's going to come out getting a bunch of demos. As I say that, we see one right there. But for NK, it's really going to be kind of facilitating and allowing Aciduk and Marv time on the ball. We're going to see a lot of instant challenges from Cynical and instant challenges from Thychad, trying to get them off the ball. So if he's able to maintain possession and kind of force out challenges from those players so that Aciduk and Marv can have more time on the ball as well, that's going to be a huge difference maker for the Spartans team.
Yes, that one was a huge opportunity right there for Thychad, set up by Kratozz, but couldn't quite put it in. And there we see him trying to take a demo, and that guy definitely knows how to demo some people. Him and Cynical know how to get the job done in that demo department. Cynical top 5 in demos per game, and Thychad not too far behind him there this season in those demos. But this one, an opportunity here. Thychad not being able to get up to that one. Had a shot toward that NK. Third man stepping up with a big save there. Gonna try to clear it away, but he's gonna get cut off by Cynical, who's firing towards the net. And oh no, it's gonna be own goal by Aciduk there, and Cynical is gonna get the first goal on the board.
Yeah, that's absolutely tragic for the Spartans. Luckily, it is in game 1, kind of like a feeler game, but that's always a feels bad moment, especially when NK kind of gave the possession away. We saw him try to keep it off the corner, but he got too hard of a touch off that sidewall, and I talked about him needing to be able to force out good challenges from the opposing team and not just giving up possession easily. And I mean, he did so right there, and it caused Aciduk to panic. Obviously, Aciduk 100% should have saved that ball, but you necessarily can't put all the blame on him, as it wasn't that easy of a touch and having to go cover his teammate. So obviously, that's what we're looking at. We saw Thychad opening up a lot of pathways with the demos, but we see NK kind of faltering a little bit early on, and it hasn't necessarily been the greatest acquisition for the Spartans, as they had KX previously, but I mean, I think they ended the season 4-3 in the 7 games that they had NK, so not really great results if you're hoping for NK to necessarily be the star that the Spartans needed.
Yeah, definitely got to try to step up here, and a tough first one to go in the back of the net. This is the postseason. Even though these are the Titan players, there are some nerves in this one when you're in the postseason. This one, not quite a win or go home, just based on how the play-in tournament works. But this one, you want to win. You don't want to have to put your season on a do or die. Saturday Night Rocket League showdown. As this one, another big miss comes through. Kratozz, but it's gonna be saved again. Aciduk gonna make up for it, and really uncharacteristic here from the defending champions in Spartans. A lot of mistakes. Cynical's looking for a bump there, but NK is going to come back. Kratozz, another shot, going to be saved away. But again, Ventus, Spartans looking a little shaky right now.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously that's all come from Aciduk. He has not gotten the best touches. It was an awkward read off the back wall that he wasn't able to read. But, I mean, you're looking at your top style player, your 2K plus, to be able to get those reads no matter what. You got to put full faith in him. And I think it's all come down from how much pressure this team has been. I think Thychad has been a great replacement. I love Lush as well, but I think Thychad gives them such a more dynamic play. And again, he's made so much space for this Pinnacle roster so that Kratozz and Cynical can just continuously take shots on net. And they have basically held down the Spartans to their own half for 80% of this game, accumulating 14 shots to the Spartans 2. So the addition of Thychad really showing out in this game number 1. We'll have to see if it continues for the rest of the series.
Yeah, but despite all the shots here, they only find themselves with a 1-goal lead, but not for long here as the bumps come through, and it's NK that ties it up.
Yeah, and it looks like just a little bit of an overcommit. A good bump on that last man, and Thychad with 0 boost, but it seems like a little bit of an early commit out of Cynical. His teammate in Kratozz hadn't fully gotten started back towards the net yet. He was stealing boost and kind of taking a slow rotational path, and Thychad no boost left on the map whatsoever. And you know, the bump from Aciduk on that last man back really solidified that. The good play there from the Spartans, and it just goes to show you don't necessarily need quantity of shots, you need quality of shots. And with that great shot there, even though they are being outshot crazily, it is still a 1-1 game, and without that own goal from Aciduk, we'd even be Spartans in the lead.
No!
And that might be another own goal, but off the post, Aciduk lifts the fight another day, because I'm sure his teammates would have been pretty upset at him after that one.
Oh my gosh, it looked like he was trying to do that there for a second, but this obviously not, but almost a crucial mistake. Fortunately, it rings off the post there, and now Spartans with the last opportunity before overtime, but the ball will touch. And OT is upon us here after a crazy game number 1. And Spartans looking to steal this one away. But Kratozz with a big block here. Gonna get that one. Looking to pass it across Thychad. Trying to find the dunk. He's gonna pop it up towards the net. It's just floating. Aciduk a little awkward again there. But this one's still gonna be cleared away. Thychad drops it down. Diving in. Pinnacle trying to keep that pressure going as that boost is snagged there. Aciduk now going over the top. He's going to beat by 2. Is there a follow-up? It's towards the net, and NK is going to finish it off, stepping up big, and the Spartans going to come through with the Game 1 victory.
Yeah, I was going to say check the channel points and see what Aciduk bet on to see if he bet on Pinnacle, but, you know, he made a great play, completely made me stop my train of thought with that. And I mean, able to beat out 2 defenders, an awkward read for Kratozz, and he was low boost as rotator back towards net. And overall, that a good play once again from Spartans. Pinnacle had so much pressure throughout most of the game. I mean, you see how many 17 shots. But, I mean, Spartans were able to hunker down, were able to get the saves, were able to create good challenges for each other. And even though they had Thychad who opened the path for a lot of these shots, we need to see more conversions. Maybe we can see some more passing. We saw a pass from Kratozz to Thychad that almost netted into a goal, but Marv obviously was that brick wall on defense that stopped everything. But, I mean, something's got to change for this Pinnacle offense. So even though they're getting so many shots, they're not netting any goals, and that's been the biggest thing about this Pinnacle offense is it just stagnates over time. You're getting used to Thychad going for demos. You're getting used to Krat going for only solo plays. That you need to see some switches up, and maybe Cynical is that. Maybe Cynical needs to connect the two. Maybe he needs to go for more passes and maybe play less demo heavy and kind of connect the way Kratozz is playing with the way Thychad's playing, just to try to get some more creativity going. But with the way things are going currently, it just seems a little bit too easy for the Spartans to read.
Yeah, no, the Spartans, they were making some great reads. Oh no! Kratozz, he's going to get in the way of the shot there. And Pinnacle, that one is going to be a tough one right there, as they had the net and mistakes on both sides here in the game number 1 and now in game number 2 here, leading to goals not going in the back of the net. As a tough one there. And Spartans, we saw in the last game, Pinnacle had 17 shots, but the Spartans had 13 saves here in that game number 1. And that one, gonna chalk it up to a Pinnacle save there. This one got a little dangerous, but still gonna make the touch as the ball's floating down. But this one may have caught the third man out in Cynical, and that one is gonna be a free shot for Aciduk. He sends it down, and the Spartans are gonna strike first.
Yeah, and it looks like they just were not able to read the fake from NK, leaving it for Aciduk. I'm not sure if we'll call it a fake or if he just missed it and it worked out. But both Cynical and Krat playing to the side, waiting for the touch from NK to the wall, and when it doesn't come through, and both are basically cherry picking towards that touch, and it just completely throws off the defense, allows that open net, and this might be another shot, but gonna be saved away by Cynical. And yeah, a lot of nerves coming out from both. I'm seeing a lot of uncharacteristic missed touches from a lot of the high salary players that I'm not really expecting. I mean, we saw that own goal out of Aciduk. We saved the save on the opposing team's net from Kratozz. And, you know, obviously they're going to settle down as the series get further, but it's not something you want to see going into the early part of this game. You got to hope that your teammates can step up, and even though you're not playing to the best of your ability, that you're just able to get the win.
Yeah, gotta find a way. This is the postseason here for both these players. I mean, a lot of players in this lobby with postseason experience. We, mentioned Aciduk, Marv, and Kratozz from last season, the Spartans, the defending champions, and Thychad, Cynical. They were teammates last season on Arrival. Cynical, a big reason they were able to make it to the grand finals there, one game away from winning the rival championship. NK really the only unknown here, and he's actually been the one that stepped up the most here with a couple of goals as he's trying to find something there, but not quite able to do so. Here is Aciduk to the sidewall. Touch doesn't come through. This one shot towards the net. Marv gonna make that touch. Follow-up coming through. Shot towards the net. Marv gonna be able to parry it away as Kratozz gonna snag that boost and the ball here, trying to get it by Aciduk, but Aciduk gonna clear it a long way. This one's sent back in. A little bit of a double commit comes through as a demo opens up a little space for the Spartans to carry that one through. Now sent towards the backboard. Aciduk gonna find a touch. Marv spawning over here. This one off the backboard, but Aciduk still able to keep it out. As Cynical and Thychad find themselves in the same spot again. Aciduk versus Kratozz. Kratozz gonna get the better of him this time. Gonna get also the better of his former teammate Marv, leaving it up for a shot there, but just can't quite put it on target there for Pinnacle. As we're now down to 1:45 remaining. This ball flowing down the midfield. Aciduk gonna grab it. Thychad coming through, trying to take a shot, but not quite powerful enough to do so here. And Ventus, with the time ticking away here, Pinnacle looking to try to find another goal. They've only been able to score one so far in this series, and still looking for another one here in game 2.
Yeah, and it's what it's come down to is I've seen a lot of these times, especially with Thychad and Cynical, they're low boozed and coming in as that third man, and they're just forcing a shot when there's not really an opportunity. All the players from Spartans are back and they're full boost, and instead of trying to keep possession and wait to find an better opportunity to take a shot, they're just throwing the ball towards the net, hoping that the ball just kind of finds its way through, and it's just low percentage plays. They're not actually getting good quality shots. And so it's very easy for the Spartans to have 2 or 3 men back to make saves, even if they are low boost. And it's just been time and time again where we see, you know, a couple lackluster shots coming out, even though Kratozz has been doing a phenomenal job and had a couple opportunities where he's put it off the backboard for his teammates. There just has not really been much good follow-up, and the follow-up that does come through, it seems very forced.
Yeah, I agree with you there on that third man. And now Pinnacle, final 30 seconds here. Got to try to find a goal if they're going to want to send this one to OT. Spartans pressing to try to find that dagger. This ball pops up for Kratozz, looking for the shot, sending it towards the net. It's off the backboard. It's going to be floating there. This is a big opportunity. Trying to drop it down, but no, they can't quite get it down. Cynical, the ball didn't fall down far enough. He was a little bit too early on it. And now Pinnacle again, got to try to take this one around town to bring it back here. This ball pushed back into their zone. Might have an opportunity. Last one back is Marv, but he's going to find a great touch. A demo coming through, and the dagger goes the other way for Marv. He puts it in, and the Spartans up 2-0.
Man, I was really thinking Cynical was going to be able to score that one. He puts it off the crossbar. That's one, unfortunately, you cannot miss, because that was the difference between them losing this game number 2 and them winning this game number 2. And Spartans just seem very content with playing defense. They don't feel threatened by Pinnacle's attacks at all. And Aciduk has done a great job of getting good, valuable demos. I mean, obviously Thychad is known for getting a lot of demos, but it seems like maybe he's going too far out of his way. And when there's multiple players back from Spartans, it hasn't really done that much or added that much value that we see. But Aciduk getting bumps on the last men back when they have an offensive counterattack and they catch Pinnacle out of position has been so much more threatening than Thychad's have been. So even though they're very even on demos, we just see that Spartans are able to take a much more convincing lead. And I mean, once again, I talked about how Pinnacle just seems to be forcing a lot of their offensive attacks. That's what they're doing. They just keep doing it. They keep just trying to see if a shot can randomly find its way on net, and that's really why they're down right now. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no, I mean, they did lead the shot department once again, 8-4 in their favor for Pinnacle, but not on the scoreboard there in that game, as Spartans up 2-0 in that last game and 2-0 now in the series. And Ventus, now we got to try to find a way, if you're Pinnacle, to bring back a reverse sweep against a Spartan team that pretty much just shut down your offense there in the last 2 games. Only 1 goal despite 25 shots, you know, in those last 2 games. Only 1 goal to show for it. So I know we kind of touched on it here, but is there any other ways that maybe Pinnacle can break down the Spartans defense and find their way into the back of the net?
The biggest thing I see is the Spartans are crowding the goal line and the backboard. They are very much willing to give up that midfield and just play the shot on net. You need to use that to your advantage. Take the time in the midfield. You have the ability to control the ball close to their net, and they're not doing so. They have the ability to look for infield passes. It's not getting shut down at all. The couple times that have been pass attempts have worked out really well. They've put on really good shots. Obviously, the saves have just been a little bit better, but it's something you gotta work more as a team instead of 3 individuals, and that's really, if Pinnacle can figure that one out, they become that much more dangerous, because not only do they have that pressure and the good shooting, they have that ability to pass and change up how they're playing. And if they're able to do that, then I mean Pinnacle could very easily come back, because it completely takes out the reason of having all those players on the back line and the backboard. And so they'll have to play less people in net. They have to play the midfield more, and it gives you better chance for those shots to be on target. But until then, Thychad had a good reset, but the pass option was there to Cynical, and it allowed Marv to get a free save because he didn't use the pass to the best of his ability. And then when they passed, the Spartans right there doing exactly what I said, is pass it into the midfield, because both the members kind of getting back. Obviously, it was kind of a mistouch by Cynical, but it's night and day difference between playing as a team and playing as individuals.
Yeah, the Spartans really connecting in that duo. Marv and Aciduk fitting well here with NK in this series. And now off the ceiling, Marv trying to find something. Cynical gonna cut it down, trying to stay with it, gonna push it off the corner, just one man back. It's NK. It's a little awkward, and Marv gonna help bail him out, but that was a great chance for Pinnacle on the overcommit, but could not quite put it through. And now Spartans trying to find another one. Pinnacle again, not only find themselves down in the series, find themselves down in this game. Gotta try to work their way back. A demo comes through, can open a little bit up here. This one to the ceiling, trying to get to the backboard is Kratozz, but that one cut down. And Cynical trying to get up to this one, can take it off the backboard, gonna pass it out. A big demo opens up some space, but Kratozz forced to race back as Aciduk gonna grab that one, trying to flick it around, but the ball still gonna stay in the Pinnacle end. As NK now looking for this one, trying to fire it across for a pass. Kratozz is going to cut that one down. The ball pops up. Kratozz, can he send it towards the net? He does, but Aciduk there. These shots just not quite enough to get on target. The Spartans defense, again, is just holding so strong here. Ventus, 2 minutes in. Pinnacle, again, firing some shots, but the defense from the Spartans is still just holding it down as another backboard clear comes through.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, it's not that Pinnacle and their shots are bad by any means. They are putting some great shots on target, but the composure from this Spartans team, they aren't double committing at all. I don't think I've seen them double commit once on defense. They're playing so composed. The follow-ups are coming through from the defensive side of the ball. They're waiting for the team to get the save so they can follow it up and get the clear. They're playing so well off of each other. This defense is not one to be scoffed at. They're basically playing perfect defense. I mean, besides that one goal from Aciduk, they have not allowed Pinnacle anywhere near their net, and it's really just been how well this defense has been holding up, because I think Pinnacle would be able to roll through a lot of other teams by playing this fast, aggressive, high-shooting play style, but because Spartans are so willing to play defense, and their defense is so strong with their belief in each other, that there are just no holes to capitalize on.
Yeah, and even if there is a slight hole, it's quickly plugged up there by the Spartans' rotations. I'll be able to quickly rotate back. They've done it very well so far as Thychad sends this one up. NK is trying to get back. Redirect attempt is going to be denied away. Cynical had a shot, but again, a great recovery, a great save. And this one's flicked up. It's dangerous, and it's going to go underneath. Kratozz somehow, some way, gets it by 3.
And, you know, I guess I spoke too soon and cursed them, because as soon as I said I hadn't seen them double commit at all this entire game, they instantly go and do it and then fall for fakes. And it's a great play from Kratozz. I cannot deny that. But I talked about how good the Spartans teams had been off playing with each other, and oh no, that's so tragic. The 50 goes right to Aciduk in the midfield, and Kratozz just not able to get back. The shot from Aciduk completely turns over the new leaf Pinnacle had, and even though they were finally able to break through the Spartans defense, which has not happened much, it seems like they're already back on the back foot. Oh, You know what? Maybe I should just stop talking.
Hey, maybe keep talking about this. More goals, more goals. We love to see goals. We love offense. As Thychad is going to return a quick kickoff goal of his own. And yeah, right when it seemed like Pinnacle might have been out, they find a return to sender there. And now have it tied up at 2-2. So able to break through again here. But now, can they lead it to a win and try to start this reverse sweep? Or can the Spartans close the deal here and pull this one off here? A little bit of an upset as this one's sent down. A shot from Aciduk, denied away just in time there. Almost found its way on the net there. A minute remaining now. NK taking this one up. He's going to take it over the top. Cynical. He's going to find that touch, but Marv right back to it. Cynical going to block it as a big pinch. Drops that one down. Marv going to find a touch. Thychad looking to send it out. Trying to find that pass. It's just a little bit wide. Kratozz not quite ready for it. As Thychad is going to dive in and going to find that 50. This one comes off the ceiling. Touch comes over the top from Marv. NK is there looking for that shot. Kratozz is going to deny it away here as we're down to the final 30 seconds of regulation. Pinnacle trying to find one more to send us to game 4. Spartans looking to end the series. Aciduk, he's sending it down. It's back towards the Pinnacle net. This one 50'd out. When he pushed back in, Kratozz sending it down. Cynical finds a demo. Could open up a little bit of space here as a pass attempt comes through, but Marv, he's going to cut it off. They're sending it down. Flip reset. NK down to Marv. Cynical, he's able to cut it off just in time there. And now Pinnacle trying to find something here on the counter. The ball rolling up to the backboard, but NK taking control, sending it down to the corner. And we have got overtime here, Ventus, in game number 3.
And I could not ask for a better overtime. I think this shows that Pinnacle is here to play still. They're not willing to go down easily. But Marv with a reset gets a flip corner shot in, and that is game. Oh no! I mean, a beautiful reset gets it past Thychad, and Kratozz kind of left in no man's land with no boost. Marv finds the bottom corner, and that is the dagger. Even though I said this could go to 5, Spartans said, we don't need 5, we only need 3 to get the job done. And their defense is nothing to be scoffed at. I think that they're going to go up against Phoenix here, and Phoenix is going to have a really hard time scoring on Spartans with how well and cohesive their defense was.
I mean, wow, what a performance from the Spartans there. I mean, really, it was all defense, Ventus, in that series from the Spartans. I mean, game 1, denying 13 of Pinnacle shots, getting a couple more saves. I think total. I was trying to total the shots there, but the saves well over 20 there, Ventus, in this series, probably nearing 30 for the Spartans in that one. I mean, the defense really just held Pinnacle down. And I mean, it wasn't just easy saves either. I know we talked about Pinnacle, taking a couple of bad shots, but they were making some really clutch saves, Ventus, at the very last moment.
Yeah, I mean, the one I can think of the most was NK had the pre-jumping save on that pass play that I thought was surely to be a goal, but I mean, Spartans, they played phenomenal. They held their ground on defense. They waited for their options on offense and capitalized when they needed to. And I mean, really, that's all they needed to do to win this game. I would have hoped Pinnacle would look for more passing options, but even when they did the couple times they did, Marv was all over it in the midfield. He was able to get a touch on every single pass and able to cut off all of them. And so it might not have even mattered. It might have just been a team diff for the Spartans. And I mean, they're looking dangerous. They're looking dangerous.
Yeah, no, and if I'm Phoenix, I'm getting a little scared right there, knowing that this Spartans team can lock down on the defensive end like that. The defending champions are gonna move on, gonna secure their playoff spot. And I do want to bring up the bracket one more time, Ventus, just to kind of take a look at it. Won't be updated as of tonight's matchup, but Spartans moving on, become that 7 seed. Now Pinnacle gonna have to play on Saturday night.
Yeah, and they will go up against the winner of Venganza and Inferno. Both teams in an interesting spot. Inferno kind of on a bit of a hot streak, as their addition of G has really allowed them to make a couple upsets. Venganza, a little bit faltering, but they had a couple good wins to end off the season, a couple necessary wins to secure their spot in the play-ins, and maybe they found something out. I know when the Grandmasters played them, they weren't in the best of times, but I think LK's found some newfound confidence. They found a little bit of a play style that works for them, And I think that one's going to be a very good series on Wednesday. Whoever's going to win that will take on Pinnacle, to then take on the Grandmasters. So not necessarily an easy match if I do say so myself, but if there's any team to get hot, I mean, Pinnacle and Inferno both beat the Grandmasters in the regular season. So
Yeah, so we're gonna have to see that matchup. Pinnacle's gonna be waiting to see who they're gonna play. With that match happening on Wednesday, and then Pinnacle next play on Saturday on that one. But again, congratulations to Spartans. A great performance from them. Lockdown defense leading to a 3-0 sweep there. And that is going to carry us to our next matchup of the night here. We got another great one. I know I was talking with Gallium about this one a little earlier. He was very hyped to come back in the booth for this one because we're heading to the Challenger League, where we have Flame taking on Bishops. Two great teams here, with a lot of storied history in the Nemesis postseason. So they're going to be ready to duke it out here, see who can take that 7 seed. So we're going to take a short break. But when we come back, make sure you guys stick around for that one. It is going to be another great one here. We have Flame, we have Bishops coming at you next here. So make sure you guys stick around, and we will see you guys in a few.